Welcome back, everyone. So, we are still in the Hellas Arena season in this video. I know we have moved on to random maps now, and I look forward to any games you guys have to send me of random maps, but this one was from Hellas, so Beans sent this in asking for a review, and so as he's a regular contributor to the channel, I said, of course. So, this is our opening hand here. Um, and as much as I usually like Ecoline, this looks very much like a Thorgate hand to me. You got the beam from a thorium asteroid, which is not bad on Hellas, and you got the IO research outpost to allow it, and then the eccentric sponsor to just play it super cheap. And then got Steelworks with the Thorgate energy to immediately be able to start using it in Gen 2. And then the physics complex lying around to, once oxygen's max, use that energy to turn it into science. Uh, that gives you progress towards anti-grav. You got the biomass combustors. You could even take the radchem if you wanted really long term, but I think we have use of our power for uh, the foreseeable future. I would not invest in radchem factory. I would take virus, try and make as much of the O2Rs as possible. And biomass combustors makes a lot of sense since O2 is rising quickly, that 6% is going to be met relatively early, and it's just a good way to punish our opponent. So to me, this seems like a pretty straightforward opening hand. Definitely Steelworks, Anti-Grav, Biomass, Virus, Beam, Physics, and I would keep Psychophiles. It's not like amazing here, but it's a good enough card. Micro Attack's kind of rare. Tactician card. I think there's enough upsides to take it. So let's see what Beans decides to do here. Okay, almost the same, but he takes the mole hole, which I guess like 6 heat prod here, sure, but uh, I don't know. I don't think this makes any sense. So yeah, it does synergize with Beam in that you can now play it with the and get 6 heat prod. But look at what we had to give up by not taking a centric sponsor. We're having to give up on anti-grav and physics complex. And that just doesn't seem worth it to me. That just seems subpar for just 3 heat. So I think right here I would call this a mistake, given the enormous upside of those other 2 cards. I don't think Mohol justifies skipping them. So our opponent Gilgamesh there is doing great Aquifer on. Okay, he's mining guild, so on the 2 mineral spots makes a lot of sense. And then plays Experimental Forest, finds algae and adapted lichen. He gets rid of, let's see, Great Dam, Martian Survey, Food Factory, Viral, important. Energy tapping, that's very important to know where its whereabouts. Methane from Titan, we would have liked that. Convoy, Phobos, Research Outpost. Okay, Research Outpost gone is another big deal. Okay, yeah, fairly standard mining guild spot, I would say. We draw Heather. Okay, nothing amazing, but it's okay. Alright, Mining Guild continues sponsors and is done. We're gonna BeFAT and play out Psychophiles as well. Add it and we move on. Okay, they are a mining guild with 10 steel and 4 steel prod. This is kind of a lose-lose, but I think Aquifer Pumping is the more dangerous of these cards, especially since we know that they have algae. So I would cut Aquifer Pumping here. Yeah, I get the idea behind capital. We also don't want them to have capital. That's why I said it's kind of lose-lose. But I think aquifer pumping has more of an upside with the algae than the capital does. Plus, we don't know if they have power to play capital. And capital's only like max 2 points on this map anyway, so it's still aquifer pumping for me. Mining area seems really good for them. Now, the plus side is that if they do play mining area, we can AMC them, which is a relatively good upside, and importantly, it's also the last tag for Rim Settler. So this is a serious consideration here. But for me, I think I would still take mining area and just don't allow them to have the good development as Mining Guild and progress on Polar Explorer. If they take AMC, we'll take Titanium Mine and, we'll make do with it. I think that's how I'd play this here. Okay, he takes the AMC. I won't call that a mistake because AMC is kind of saying neener neener, you can't get a mining area or titanium mine because I'm just gonna consortium you. But he can still get the steel prod, which is still good for him. So I still am, and his progress on Polar Explorer. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. But the Rim Settler tag, I think, is the main reason to go with this play, which is valid. I just don't think the milestone's in that much danger at the present time. Mining Guild cut steel targets, so SF Memorial, pretty clear pick for me. And yeah, Titanium Mine comes here. So I guess you take Titanium Mine, AMC. You could consider SF Memorial, but that would be too many cards. You would not be able to play Steelworks here, so I think you skip SF Memorial and just take AMC and Titanium Mine. Yeah. The downside, of course, also is that since we have to play Steelworks this turn, if he does have uh, mining area for the titanium here, then we still can't tap him until next gen, which is a little annoying. But hey, no one ever said, oh, Gen 3 AMC, what garbage. So yeah, we use the Steelworks, and then, okay, Earth Catapult has hit the field into mining area. It's very efficient development. Our opponent is quite rich now compared to us. We raised that one heat from that molehole prelude of ours. He's gotta be quaking in his boots now that he's seen that. Sigh. That is my reaction when I see something like this. Like, oh boy, the guy with experimental forest and algae and adapted lichen in hand with the insects. I don't really want to give him the insects, but oh no, the guy with 6 mineral production a turn in Gen 3. I don't really want to give him the alloys either, so I think you have to take the alloys, and at least you get a good third card back, I guess. Speaking of good third cards, why did he not play Aquifer Pumping? Did our opponent think that it's beneath him as the king? I think Aquifer Pumping was a very good card for Gilgamesh here, and I'm very surprised he did not play it. Anyway, I think you have to take alloys as much as you probably want to take insects. Yeah. Okay, bad card, bad card. So you take business contacts here. Okay, so he doesn't plan on playing a lot of plant tags, or maybe he thinks we're not going to play a lot of plant tags, given the O2's going up quickly with our Steelworks. So we get insects back. Deal. I'll take insects here. Okay. Bad card. We're not buying Tundra Farming. I think Alloys has enough value since we have AMC and Titanium Mine. Insects is marginal, but I'd probably still gamble on it, and Contacts makes enough sense on Hellas. We don't really have much we need to do this gen anyway, so we can buy 3, and we can just, like, AMC them, and then that'll be that, and then we can go, advance alloys, next gen into, like, titanium mine. That would be fine. If we only kept 2, say we skip insects, that's, 6, we're at 17. Then we could do AMC, and we could play Titanium Mine, but we spending 2 to lose, to gain 4, that's probably worth it. Yeah, maybe honestly this is a situation where you just say Insects doesn't seem that good, take these 2, and just go for slightly better development up front here. Okay. I'll never say it's wrong to take Insects, but I think that was an interesting possibility that I'm not sure if Bean's considered here or not. Okay, well, he's got card draw with his discounts and enormous amount of money. That is not great, and now he likes the card they found. But hey, get AMC, nerd. Okay, there's the aquifer pumping. Yeah, that is why he probably took the kelp farming, is because he has the algae already, and he's planned on pumping. So because of that, he takes kelp farming, so that algae into kelp. Okay, that's a pretty coherent game plan. I like it. It makes sense. I kind of do agree with kelp over insects in that given that situation. Just wonder why he didn't play it the gen before. I guess he didn't have enough steel and playing Earthcat. That has to be my guess. Uh, I'm not like crazy about this. Because we're spending 3 to get 4. I mean, I guess it's still a positive of 1, but it just feels bad to spend 3 steel when you have advanced alloys in your hand like that. Okay, adapted like and played by our opponent. Okay, well, Space Hotel sucks to give him, but honestly, Miranda Resort is just as good. But this is a Jovian threat. Do we think he's going Jovians? Probably not. So you probably just take the space hotels, but well, no, that can't be right. If you take space hotels, it's 4 prod. Miranda Resort is 3 prod, but Miranda Resort comes with a VP and a Jovian tag for a diversifier. I think you gotta go Miranda Resort here, and then you worry about the Underground City. Underground City's pretty good for us with alloys. So, you know, I'm thinking about the opponent and diversifier, but maybe it's just Underground City. Uh, we're relatively close to getting biomass combustors online, and then we can play the Underground City on him, and then that gets us a lot of steel with our alloys that could be really good. And I mean, he's getting one of these insane cards anyway. We'll just cut the other one when it comes back. All right, I've convinced myself. I think Underground City's the pick. Okay. I think Space Hotels is fine. Now that I thought about it more though, I would go Miranda just because the Jovian tag and the extra point. Um, you could take Lunar Beam here. It's not the worst. I don't think it's particularly good either. But I mean, immigration shuttles is just not good. And tardigrades is kind of marginal, though with eccentric and diversifier. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still a little far away with the tardies. So yeah, I guess Lunar Beam makes the most sense here. Yeah, Underground City I think is still the pick here, so I would take that. Obviously, Space Hotels is dead to us. Do you play the immigration shuttles? Fourth pick, since you have 20 titanium, 20 worth of titanium just sitting around doing nothing. Uh, that's tough. I would probably greed it. But I do see a world where you could buy 4, and with buying 4, you can play the immigration shuttles and the lunar beam into the space hotels, into the underground city, but I think that's a little too ambitious for me. I think I would stick with my game plan of just trying to develop some good mineral prod and use the efficient advanced alloys to kind of get value where I can. Let's see what Beans does here. Oh, he's doing it. Okay. Ooh. All right. All right. Our opponent likes the card. I've been rendered speechless by the fact he is going for this play. Lunar Beam really hurts to do. That -2 is so painful to us right now. Like that legitimately hurts me to see because now we're trying to salvage our economy, but it's going to be so hard to do so. I mean, immigration shuttles will help, but not till next gen. Tardies, yeah. Space station for discounts, and the Miranda Resort for more prod. Pumping, getting the algae almost ready. Yeah, it's looking good for our opponent. He's gonna be able to open up with no, that's the last 2 plant spots. So he's gonna be 1 plant short of being able to get a conversion. Maybe we find Deimos or GIA, but then you know he probably has a way of getting a conversion anyway. Fuel generators, is that to like get a city up here and then pump and convert? It's to play Lagrange into diversifier. Okay, he was doing it for the power tag in order to get diversifier. Okay, sure, that makes enough sense. We were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I do wonder. I didn't discuss this possibility here. I was too busy reacting to him buying all four, but let us stop and talk about this possibility. So this Jin, we basically bought four and played Lunar Beam. Lunar Beam was one new tag for us. Underground City is the other tag. Is there a world in which we could get the last tags that we needed in order to claim Diversifier? I think the fact that Lunar Beam, like an Earth tag, was needed, there wasn't really a world in which we could credibly take Diversifier. I think he just had it regardless here. But it is something I need to think about a little more when I'm reviewing these, about were there any sneaky milestone grabs. What about Tactician? How are we looking at there? 3-2. With Energizer and Rim Settler, I think that's just what we're gonna try and claim. But we're so poor, and we want to play like immigration shuttles and not claim two milestones here. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, everyone loves bushes, but Herbies I think is a potential way to lose the game. So I would cut the Herbies here. I think. Okay. Uh, I guess he's thinking he's gonna kill the plant prod. O2's going up quickly. I don't think Herbies is that useful, but if we're taking that stance, I feel like also then bushes aren't that useful. Advanced ecosystems, very good point dump. I think pets could be better though. Pets is usually worth a lot of points in these games. And honestly, that tool station looks kind of good too. Um, since pets has to be earlier than later, I would probably do advanced ecosystems as the late game point bomb, but pets is quite good. Okay, power plant, pretty much obvious. Would I take bushes here? With insects, maybe. It's hard. Gosh, and pets came back too? Man, this is one of those strategies I think some opponents just do on purpose. They basically go, "Oh, I see that you are somewhat poor. Allow me to just pass you so many good cards you keep buying for, and then you're so poor you can never develop because you just keep buying for every draft and then you lose because you got no development." I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. It's really kind of insidious because you keep going, what is this guy doing? He's just giving me all the good cards. And then you have to just realize, no, I can't buy the good cards. I have to skip them because I am broke. Given that we're broke, I think you take ecosystems. As good as Pets is, I think you have to say there's just no way we can afford it in a reasonable time frame. I think you skip Power Plant even though we're Thorgate and it makes us sad. And bushes could be good enough with insects, but it's really far away and we're really poor. So I would take advanced ecosystems only, I think. You could argue pets to be the animal tag for advanced ecosystems as well. Yeah, all right. I've convinced myself. I would take pets as well for the advanced ecosystems, and because it's just a good card on its own when we eventually can afford playing it. Okay. Yeah, I just swap bushes with pets, but fair enough. With insects, it makes enough sense. Okay, he's just drawing and doing his actions. Okay, Virus played. It's a good time to do so since he couldn't get a conversion. And, do we need to claim yet? Not yet, but that Polar Explorer. I feel like we have to claim this gen because he has Polar Explorer coming. Yeah, pumping into rover construction. Boy, that screams the city's coming, doesn't it? Yeah, you gotta claim two milestones here. What? Okay. Okay. We're betting he doesn't have it yet. And we're holding out hope that we're gonna be able to just develop this gen and then claim to open next gen. Okay, algae, so far so good. Kind of sad that we still can't play the Space Hotels. I think this was a little too greedy to go for that Space Hotels line. It's not worked out. We've just been too poor to ever make it really viable. Okay, he does not have the milestone, so that means that we are able to do Energizer Rim Settler here. And we get the Heat Prod too. Nifty. Um, am I missing something? For playing Underground City, that puts a lot of pressure on us next gen. Yeah, it's 6 prod, which is nice, but we can't do Energizer anymore until we do Biomass Combustors. He's at 7 plants, he can like Aquifer Convert, and maybe we'll be in time for Biomass, but it's kinda spooky. Pretty spooky. Alright, I think you take Olympus Conference. It's just generically the best card here. Okay. I don't know why you took over this Jove Molt, but we will definitely take a Jove Molt here. I do like the idea of Oceans to deny his Aquifer pumping, but the -8 is just so far away, I don't see it being a realistic threat. So I'd take House Printing. That's just a free point for Mining Guild. Um, Honestly, I would like to take House Printing just because it's a free point, essentially. But we have to do 2 claims here. So 16 cash remaining. So we could buy 3. I think that'd be okay. Yeah, I'd buy 3 here. Alright, skipping house printing's okay. I just think it was good enough to take here in the current situation. Alright, Rim Settler claim, SteelWorks activated. Will he get the conversion? Okay, he does, but he's going to be 1 tempo too slow, I think. Because now we can use Biomass and claim Energizer. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I were in Gilgamesh's shoes here, I would really want to secure that milestone. Letting him get a milestone for that cheap feels wrong to me. Uh, Especially since he played that Underground City instead of claiming last gen. I kind of feel like that's a telltale sign that we have 2 more energy sitting around here. Given that, I feel like the tempo would demand, try and get the milestone so that it's 2-1. But I mean, I still like his position well enough. He has great development, but uh, we're starting to catch up. The alloys is kind of doing its job, and it's got us basically even with him. So I think maybe the tides are starting to turn in our favor, though the global discounts are still doing some work for him. Still tardying it up. Heat Rays, Archiplade, Dev Center. Okay, Dev Center is a very good card. So did he take that over the wife? I'm not certain that's right. I don't really see how we ever play Dev Center in for the foreseeable future. But wife, with alloys is quite playable and is a 4-point card. And it's a 3-point card for him. I think I'd have taken that over Dev Center here. Sadly, kind of a bad Arctic algae, so I guess nuke power. Oh, excuse me. And Martian rails. My heart wants to say, sorry, breathing filters. My heart is what made me misspeak there. My heart makes me want to pick Martian rails, but with the 1 city on Mars and O2 going up relatively quickly, it seems dubious it will be good enough here. So take nuke power and breathing filters, I think. Arctic algae. Just because of the insects value and the psychrophiles? I mean, it is still 7 plants, I suppose. I mean, you could do worse than 7 plants. Alright, kelp farming is down for our opponent. 7 plant prod, it's nothing to sneeze at, but luckily we've taken most of the O2 away. But it looks like they're going to get the O2 bonus, which is unfortunate. Okay, the Gen 6 Space Hotel is not quite as good as it might have seemed in his head at the time. I think that was definitely a tad bit greedy, but Arctic Algae played is nice before our opponent can continue getting value from the Aquifer pumping. But this is why I would have cut the Aquifer pumping, right? Look at what it's given him so far. It's given him a use for all of his steel. He's gotten his algae played. He's gotten his kelp farming played. It's been too good of a card for him. I really wish we'd not given that to him. Well, 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 if it isn't the old TGGG. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal for us to find that and not him. So we're gonna take TG for sure. I mean, I like windmills quite a lot here actually. Hired Raiders is fine, but do you want to deny power from Mining Guild? It's cheap because we're Thorgate. It's a point. I would take windmills. Yep. Honestly, Fuel Factory is playable with windmills here. Do we dare play it? I think because Contractor is a possibility on this map, it does make enough sense to play Windmills, Fuel Factory. Definitely take TG. Local heat trapping, I think heat's lagging, so I think we don't need it, but it is something to consider. Okay, he did consider it and he is going to take it. Let's see how it works out. Yeah, so bonus heat there makes sense. Cultivator funded, yeah. It's no surprise. But with insects, I'm not 100% sure it's safe. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't think insects is going to be amazing or anything in terms of being able to fight cultivator, but it's going to make it a little awkward, right? Heather, bushes, insects, that's like 6 plant prod to his 8. Not so trivial. And he has no heat control, so it'll be hard for him to SP out because we can just continue to SP on the board, and that'll be a little difficult. But Gilgamesh draws and draws. He does have the advantage as long as he has global discounts and card draw. Interesting that he takes cash instead of steel. Our steel's alloyed, so that means that he really just has no steel dumps whatsoever for that to really kind of make sense to me. Olympus Conference breeding filters gets us a plantation. Sure. Helps us fight cultivator, progress on insects. That's great. Oh, he's got the NRA. Okay, so that might be another reason why he was confident in funding Cultivator. 12 plant prod is quite good, but luckily we've taken away a lot of his O2 already. We've gotten 6 of the O2 points with the Steelworks, and we'll probably get 2 more before all said and done. So 8 of the 14, not bad. I don't know about playing Heather here. I think I would not do that. I would just play the plantation instead and get the O2 bonus. I mean, and get the O2 point. Because you remember that we passed him Herbies, and the guy with 12 plant prod in hand, I'm assuming probably kept the Herbies. So since he has Herbies, I'm not really so keen about playing Heather right now because he's just going to go yoink and take that plant prod from us. I think plantation makes more sense, and when we can do the Heather, bushes, insects, all 3 in the same turn, play it then. And I think that makes a lot more sense than doing the preemptive Herbie feeding. It's like the petting zoo. Here you go, buddy. Come on, get the food from my hand. Okay, drawing a card with the Aquifer pumping makes enough sense. Oh, yeah. See, that's so painful. See, that's one of those, another reason why, like, Plantation to just secure that 4MC back while we can just felt so much better to me than what we're doing here with Heather. But I see the vision. I do see the vision. The vision is Heather, we're first to act next gen. We get up to 6 plants, plantation for 2 plants, and then convert again, either up or south. And it's a better sequence, but I don't know. Just feels a little greedy. Oh boy. Um, jeez. Ecozone is really strong, but into predators, if we had protected Habs, I'd be really happy about now. And card draw to the guy that already has discounts and card draw, that's so painful too. I think you have to go Predators. It's a 1 point animal. I don't think you can avoid it. He plays Ecozone, we play Predators. He has Herbies. Like, we just gotta use Predators, I think, here. Inventors Guild probably Wheels, and that's probably best case for us. So, yeah, I think Predators is the pick here. Like, Ecozone is not a bad card, right? It's an incredible card. But I just worry that the Herbies is going to get a lot of scoring for him, and then the Predators to eat our Ecozone puts us to even more of a point deficit each generation. Mangrove's like the only real card here that matters. I would take Mangrove. Yeah, he takes Predators, so Inventors Guild. Do we keep Inventors Guild? Maybe, but the fact that we know Anti-Grav is out of the deck makes me a little less excited about it. I'd probably still take it though, because we might need to make this game go longer. Right now we got 2 molts, so we got kinda 12 points in hand or so. So we can flip it if we continue going on at the current rate, but he's got 12 plant prod. That's a lot of scoring. So yeah, I think Inventor's Guild, as much as it's a dubious card in Gen 8, I think it might be necessary to find something to bail us out. Yep. Double convert there is nice, and then we're gonna be able to play the Steelworks. So that is the benefit to the Heather play that he did. So he can say, "See thread, you dum dum." That's why I'm higher rated than you are right now. But I don't know. I don't like him playing Herbies on us. Steelworks is good. Please don't have birds. Luckily, we only have 1 plant prod right now, but that bushes insects is close. Yeah, there's the Herbies. Converts on an ocean. It's a little surprising. I figured he'd want to just get maximum value from Aquifer pumping, but I guess it's 6 cash versus 8 cash from Aquifer pumping, so it makes sense to just go ahead and put it on the ocean anyway. Sure. We're gonna use wipe in order to secure the last advantage there. Really, 4 cash in the plant over the 6 cash, huh? Maybe it works out, but I think I'd have gone 6 cash personally. Guess if we're planning on doing more conversions up here, that might be the better spot. Well, I'm being stupid. We have Mangrove, right? So unless he has Mohole area, doubtful, or Protected Valley, also a little doubtful, we get the 6 cash back anyway with Mangrove. So yeah, it makes enough sense to go ahead and get the better potential rebates from placements now and get the 6 cash back a little bit later. Oh, you ever have one of those days? So 7 plants and we get Deimos. That is very unfortunate. He couldn't afford it previously, but with indentured workers, he's got enough. Well, that sucks, losing 7 plants. I guess the bright side is we can do Ecozone, bushes. Can we afford insects as well? Not with the Psychophiles at 1, I think. So Ecozone makes sense. Oh, hello AI Central. Are you good? I'm not sure if you're good or not, but the other alternative is like playing bushes into potential birds, so I guess you're good enough. Yeah. Okay, he's stalling. Interesting that he's stalling. Why would he want to stall here, I wonder? Cupola is not good for us now. It would have been nice earlier. Uh, yeah, we play the bushes, sure. Open City with his 10 steel. Okay, that's very nice. I like the placement of his city. He's blocking us off from the ocean rebates right here, denying us adjacencies next to our city. And he gets the last O2. So nicely done. Peroxide power to turn back on Dev Center. Tardigrades is 1 point. I don't think it'll be 2 points, but we'll see. Depends if we go Gen 11 or not. Yeah, fish seems pretty obvious as a 1 point animal, though, again, the Preds lurking out there is kind of unfortunate. Symbifungus probably makes the most sense. Make sure he doesn't get any way of getting another tardy point, and we could use it to play on our psychophiles, so it'll pay for itself. Maybe? 7 for 1, 2, 3? No, actually, I guess it won't. It's like 7 for 6. Never mind. I guess we're not buying Symbifungus. Building Industries is better than Micro Mills. Not really saying much. Uh, so what do we think another fun might be, if anything? We're gonna try and fight Cultivator, Magnate's tied, Space Baron's close. He's winning Eccentric. He's probably winning Eccentric. So Contractor is something he's not gonna be interested in funding. I don't think we're that interested in funding it either. I think we'd fund Space Baron if anything, but that seems a little risky to try. So I guess just fish. You could take Building Industries maybe, but I think I'd just take fish. Interesting that he's valuing the card over the point, but I guess he figures that with 12 plant prod, he has enough spots next to the city covered already that he can afford just getting a card here. Mining Guild still doing Mining Guild things. Alright, Industrial Center is nice. That's a great way to disrupt him. I'm not 100% sold on Steelworks for the steel here, because we're trading 4 energy, which can be 4 heat, uh, in order to get, 6 cash. And while 6 cash is not negligible by any means, what are we gonna spend it on? Industrial Center? That's like heat trappers? That's like the only playable building cards in hand, and we're not gonna heat trap ourselves. And the issue is, look what we just gave up with that. We should always be trying to take a look at our heat and our energy and all that. So right now we're at 36 heat. So breakpoints are every 8, so 32 and 40. So if we're at 36 and we had 4 more energy coming over, that's 40. We'd be at 41 heat. That's an extra heat raise. So we basically got 6 MC that we can't really use at the moment at the cost of 14 MC of an asteroid if we're in a position to end. So I'm not really a fan of that Steelworks play. At the very least, I mean, he drew already and it was nothing good. Sorry, my dog once again decides that now is just the best time in the world here at basically 10 o'clock at night to just start walking around. So I just let him sleep, but that means that at 10 o'clock, hey, let's go play, Dad. Which, yeah, I don't think now's the best time, buddy, recording a video. Anyway, off that wild tangent. So he draws. Magi's gonna keep drawing. He does not like that card at least, but the Earth Cat and the Dev Center looking pretty good, but at least we're somewhat matching him on card draw with AI Central. Artificial Lake, I mean, I guess it's a point, but, 15 for 1 point, not exactly a stellar deal. Restricted area, though, that's nice. More card draw. A little late in Gen 9, I will say, but, yeah, I think it's still worthwhile. Space Elevator, Gen 9? I guess it's okay if he has no other steel dump, but, I don't know. Feels slightly weak. But I guess it is positioning well to fight on Space Baron, so it's not the worst. Okay, I guess we're desperate for cards here. Over here on the card is not exactly where you'd like to convert, but not convert, where you'd like to place a tile, but it is a card, so let's see what we get. Artificial photosynthesis. Yikes. Okay, Marzu. All justified. Beans knew it was coming 100% the whole time. There's the predators I was worried about, so we're going to start losing our animals from Ecozone, which is pretty painful. Start cycling. Oh, Med Lab is fantastic. Definitely happy to get Med Lab. Corporate ain't bad either, to be quite honest. But I would still do Med Lab right now. Eccentric is funded. Yeah, no shock there. Beautiful Med Lab. Invention contest with Mars U. Let's go. Okay, grass is a little bit of a weird play here. He doesn't have any synergy to go with it, so except for the herbies. So I mean, it's not like awful, but it's just a little lackluster. Maybe his draws have just kind of whiffed so far. In Sector 5 prod, we are 7 to 13. We are not out of it yet. Yeah, we're able to somewhat threaten Cultivator, but we're still down 5 greenery, so I think it's not a real threat at this time. Take imported nitrogen, I guess. GHG producing bacteria, pretty good as well. But this is just such a good point dump. I think you gotta take nitrogen. Sabotage, you don't want to get saboed here. Solar power, because Lake Marineris is not very good with 0 oceans. You take imported nitrogen and sabotage, though I'm not sure how much good sabotage is doing here, truthfully. Okay, Protected Valley accounted for. Electrocat, kind of useless. It's kind of the downside of card draw here, engines like 9 and 10. Okay, he plays Immigrant City, so he's got some more city spots to fill up with his greeneries. Okay, Eos is good. It's a steel dump and target for Fishu. Someone fire those inventors and get some better ones. Black Polar Dust, Soletta, Space Mirrors. Come on, guys. Like, really? That's the best you can do? I guess you take Space Mirrors and just cry. Sure. Gene Repair much better. Alright, inventors, you're back. Give it a Electrocat. It's not playable. Nuke Zone. Okay. So we can pretty much end now, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we get 2 of these heats down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are 1 heat away from being able to end, so we can SP Asteroid to do that. Then can we still play TG Advanced Ecosystems Mangrove and all that? I don't know. Let's see what happens here. So he's just converting, he's drawing, he likes his card. Okay, now I do like SteelWorks for the steel, because we were going to try to play Eos here with all this steel. If we can end the game this gen, we don't need that power for next gen. Gene Repair is good. I just wonder, is there any world in which we can end into a win here? Obviously, we're down by quite a bit on the awards, so that's not flipping. So, you know, we're down 20 points. TG is like 8 points or so. Yeah, I don't think that's enough to end, so I do agree. Means you have to play the Gene Repair and just try and play for next gen. Oh, hey, there's the Habs. Has he done Predators yet? Oh, he's not done Predators yet. Oh, you slammed down the Habs. There you go. That's right. No Predators for you. Then we get birds instead. Well, that's unfortunate. uh, just can't win sometimes. Corporate Stronghold makes enough sense. Right here seems like the right spot to me. Deny some adjacencies, get some ocean rebates. Yeah, I'd go there. 2 points. I mean, it's okay. I'm just, I mean, it gives us good access for a card, I suppose. Or we could go with the greenery on the heat to get that heat that I mentioned. But I would just lean towards getting the better rebates myself. Power infrastructure, not very useful. Even as Thorgate. That's why Thorgate sucks. Why are we playing Space Mirrors? I'm confused. He plays GHG Bacteria. Why are we playing Power Infrastructure? I'm still confused. Our opponent plays Carbonate Processing into Lightning Harvest? Hmm. Lightning Harvest makes enough sense. I don't know about the Carbonate Processing. I guess, I mean, he already had 8 heat next gen. What's this 3 heat doing for him? I don't know, that's a little weird to me. Okay, well, TGGG has been dropped. We're down 9 points right now. And we're just gonna stall out, and then I guess once we've stalled them out, raise heat, take as much of the TR as we can, and plan on next gen ending. SP Asteroid. I don't know if you're in a position to SP Asteroid here, friend. Guess that means he really just has no, like nothing to do whatsoever. But we'll raise heat then, and we'll play the fish on you. Yeah, that's fortunate. Aeos now, sure. Gosh, we're so close to ending here. We're so close. If we didn't have like that gene repair, or we'd converted on the heat instead of a card, like, oh, we're so close to ending. But I think he would still win at the moment. So we're just gonna have to go one more gen and hope the ecosystems, heat trapping, nitrogen, mangrove combo here is enough to end and win. Okay, big asteroid lets him hit, take the temperature, but doesn't really let him kill our plants because of protected habs. It is a 2 point swing. Noctis is also like a 2 point swing, though. It's kind of free for both of us. Uh, we have ecosystems. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess Noctis farming does make enough sense here. Solar wind power, because of Mars U, Media Group is not going to be much good for him with 4 cards in hand, I would suspect. Quantum, I guess. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy Solar Wind Power either, most likely. I would just take Noctis Farming and call it a day. Okay, well, 3 MC to draw a card. Not the end of the world. Okay, SP's the Asteroid, so that means that the game is ending right now. Urbanized Area is a fantastic pickup, and Caretaker Contract even for a free point, basically. That's fantastic too. That was a good AI Central draw. Not as good of a restricted area draw. Mining rights, can block a spot next to his city there. I think that is okay, but here you'd have to go through and you have to calculate, okay, so I'm spending this much on my cards. Is this something I can play to take a point for him for like, 10 MC? So, you'd have to go through 23, 24, 47, 57, 67, 70, and it's 16, 22. We're at like 82. So, yeah, it's on the edge. It is on the edge. So, yeah, you could justify buying it, but I think skipping it's fine too. I don't think he is going to fill up his spots on his city anyway, so I don't think we need to waste the money on it. Continue with his actions and his conversions. Drawing. Comets. Too little, too late. Okay. Releasing our inner gases. Could be useful. Alright, how's our awards looking? Okay, we have swung all of these awards, so all of them are potentially fundable right now. Space Baron's probably the safe, and Magnate are the two safest here. But I don't think he can fund, so I guess we're just gonna wait and see. GHG bacteria there, not really doing so much for him, is it? Yeah, didn't get to raise temperature with it. Kind of a waste of 11 cash there. Okay, advanced ecosystems. He does have a tech demo. Local heat trapping. Okay, 4 plants does get another breakpoint on plants, but Noctis farming and mangrove also almost have another breakpoint on plants, especially if we convert, right here. So I think you could go 2 animals as well here. Yeah. Okay, sure, Magnate is safe enough. Large Convoy, that's a great card for our opponent. 102 to 77. It's a 97. Why did I say 77? Nitrogen is a great card. Put it on our cycle files, help us afford more things. He plays Probe. We convert. Urbanized area for 3 points. That's awesome. Also, immigration shuttles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 1 short of getting 2 points in that immigration shuttles. The downside of playing the urbanized area now though is it does trigger the rover construction. So, but I think it makes enough sense because he probably has that greenhouses that we passed previously. So if we just let him convert there to kill our urbanized area, that'd be really sad. Oh, or commercial district. Yeah, that also would work. And tropical resort, so he's putting a little pressure on Magnate, but I think we got it. Mangrove, yep, looks good. Here's the greenhouses. So hopefully you guys, when you are playing Terraforming Mars, are trying to think about what cards you pass that are going to be played later in the game. So in this case, that greenhouses card would hopefully be in your mind. So you'd be like, ah, yes, I remember that greenhouses. I need to make sure that I'm accounting for that in the final conversion plays. And I guess we're going to release our gases now. And, nicely managed by Beans. Got the perfect 8 plants. So we're ending 3 points up. Opponent is going to score 5 points on us, so 115, but we're going to convert to 115 as well. And I think we get it on tiebreaker by 1 MC. Yeah. Yep. Tied there on 1 MC. So I think I would say the game was closer than it needed to be, quite honestly. Um, I think the aquifer pumping was an unnecessary pass for Capital, which I don't think Capital would have been that good for him, considering he seemed to have power issues for most of the game. Uh, I'm not sure if Predators is what I would call a mistake per se, but there's just a lot of potential points from eating our eco zone there. Um, Taking the mole hole, I feel, was also just not ideal. I think eccentric sponsor made a lot more sense. And then we keep the AGT, and when we have -2 and the physics complex scoring, I feel a lot better about our long game chances than how it ended working out here. But overall, still well played. Um, it was interesting seeing the game come down to 1 MC for certain, and goes to show that even though I would consider Ecoline the better corp when your hand supports Thorgate, it's still correct to pick a weaker corp over it, even on Hellas. I should say, especially on Hellas. But yeah, it was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.